Hello everyone and welcome to Exclusivitv. My name's Sivi, hence the Exclusivitv. So, it's crunch time. Premier League's making a return. Here we go. It's like the last stretch. I don't know if anyone's ever done long distance running, but when you do it, you know when you're on the final stretch, you've got that final mile and you just got to run it. You just got to put your head down. Now it's crunch time, now or never. Now it's going to be interesting because a lot of players are coming back from injury. Like they had enough time to recover from injuries. It was kind of for them in an indirect way, like a blessing in disguise, let's say, due, with the circumstances. But yeah, we're back. Obviously, there's going to be social distancing measures in place. We've seen in the Bundesliga how they're operating. It's just basically like, yeah, we'll sit 2 meters apart on the bench, but when it's time to play, yeah, we're going to be slide tackling, we're going to be jumping on each other when we celebrate, and the whole shebang. So it's just kind of like, it makes sense, but it don't make sense, but they're trying, and I guess sometimes you just got to give people credit for trying. And they're trying to put measures in place, but with a sport like football, you can only do so much ultimately. Once you say it's back, then contact is back, but maybe there's something they know that at least I don't know, or we don't know. But we'll see from there. As long as everyone's, well and safe, and they're taking at least the correct measure to check that people are in the right condition to play, then I think, that's all we can kind of ask for. I mean, ultimately, I know different people have different opinions on why they think the league returned in the first place. For me personally, I believe it has to do with money. I feel like money is the biggest driving force in this. I mean, let's be honest. The amount of money that a team gets if they're promoted, the amount of money that a team loses if they're relegated, the amount of money that a team gets if they qualify for the Champions League, these are big, big, big numbers we're talking. And I think these teams have just said, we cannot afford to lose that kind of revenue. Now we have to look at, for example, the Premier League. 4 teams can qualify for the Champions League. 4. Yeah? Everyone already says like the Premier League is the biggest, best league in the world. I don't think that's essentially just because of the quality of the league in terms of players, but also in terms of the revenue that the league brings in, how much players are being paid. Like these all contribute to why people say it's the best league in the world. Some other leagues, they can afford to avoid their league. It's not gonna affect their bottom line too much in a way. But in the Premier League, listen, they need the machine. The powers that be above, they need that to keep rolling. They need it. And once they saw in the Bundesliga, they took the first step and they said, well, yeah, it works. Once they said that, I always knew Premier League definitely come. There's no way. There is no way that it wouldn't come back. And as we see, it has come back. June the 17th. The fixtures are looking crazy as well. You're going to basically be sitting at home watching football all day because, again, they need people to be watching the games to get that revenue in, yeah? So they're going to just break up the games, but that's another story. But yeah, we're back, so kind of happy that we're back. It's going to be interesting to see how it be without the atmosphere of fans. I think this will make people really realise and appreciate fans' contribution to a game. I was thinking about it, and it's like, I don't know if it'll be like an advantage or disadvantage for teams not having fans, because you can imagine if you go to a stadium and you have 60,000 fans booing you, depending on your mentality, that can affect you. And if you have 60,000 fans cheering you, I feel like it gives you that boost. Like, I don't know, like, before when I used to do athletics and I'd be tired and I'm running, I used to do that long distance. And I'd run, and when I'm tired and somebody would just say, Sivi, keep going. The energy just, like, it just comes inside you and you just keep going. What do they call it? Like, the 12th man. The crowd is like the 12th man, yeah? And also as well, the atmosphere of certain stadiums relies heavily on the crowd. And now without the crowd being there, it's not Anfield no more. It's just Anfield, It's not the Theatre of Dreams no more. It's just the Man United Stadium, Old Trafford, And I think, will that have an impact? Because certain teams are going there like, oh my gosh, this is one of the biggest clubs in the world. Look at all these fans. And now it's just like, just another football pitch. So I don't know. That should be interesting. I wonder if we'll see the smaller teams beating the bigger teams. And, as well, this is where it kicks off, where it's already been kicking off, but the relegation scrap as well. Just know that when teams are fighting for relegation, they'll do anything to win. All playing nice, all of that goes out the window. They're just playing for survival, which means they might do things that are in the grey area of football. They might just play for 1-0 results. They will play for draws. They'll just do whatever. So, as well, that should make it more interesting. I mean, we know that, obviously, Liverpool have got the league in the bag. That's already there. People are saying there's going to be asterisks. Asterisk, no asterisk, they've won it fair and square. We cannot use. I know people want to use quarantine as COVID as an excuse to say no, this is not an official. They've won it. You can't do that. Before this even happened, they were already clear, and now they're just coming to finish off the job. But I wanted to look at as well the teams that I feel will be relegated, and the teams I feel will make the Champions League spots. Now, again, as I said before, money is a big factor. And so relegation can be a problem for teams. It's the same way qualifying for Champions League can, change the landscape of a team. Especially when you have teams like Leicester, Wolves, Sheffield United. If they qualify for Champions League, what that could mean for the club in terms of sponsors and just the hype that the club, they're now able to attract different players because they're a Champions League team. That is phenomenal. And of course relegation as well. Teams get relegated. You got Norwich's, Aston Villa, Bournemouth. If they get relegated, that's a big problem because you got players that are like, I don't know, I don't fancy playing in the Championship for a season. Number one. Number two, player value goes down. Big teams come. They say, yeah, Cantwell, why don't you come here? Nathan Ake, why don't you come here? Grealish, yeah, come over, mate. You don't want to go back down there. Problem, because now not only do you go down and you lose that money from the Premier League, you're also losing some of your biggest players that essentially helped you get promoted, and it's kind of like back to square one. But what I also want to talk on as well is top six predictions or top four predictions and the relegation scrap. So let's go. So what have I got here? I've written a list because I can't remember all of this. So in the relegation scrap, who I think are going to get relegated is Norwich, Aston Villa and Bournemouth. Yeah. Now, I've done it based on the run of fixtures that they got, their current standing. So these three teams are already in the relegation zone. Norwich have won 5 games this season. And they started off well. Pukki was on fire. They even beat Man City. I was thinking, yeah, these are the guys. And I was kind of rooting for them. And they just kind of I don't know. That's the Premier League for you, innit? It's a marathon, not a sprint. So they've got Everton, Arsenal, Watford and Chelsea to play. What Everton is just Everton. Arsenal will be trying to fight for Champions League. Watford will be trying to fight to avoid relegation, and Chelsea as well trying for Champions League. Especially considering they've only won 5 fixtures this season. That's tough. And they're at the bottom. Yeah. Then you got Aston Villa. Now they've tried. I'll give them that. They've tried, but their fixtures are Chelsea, Wolves, Liverpool, United, Everton and Arsenal. In your last 9 fixtures, 6 of those are essentially against top 6 teams. Excluding Everton. That's crazy. That's just like, yeah, let's just prepare for the Championship, innit? Because they're already down there, they're already in the relegation zone as well. Then Bournemouth as well. They've been in the Premier League for a good time, but all good things must come to an end. I think I always wondered if Eddie Howe should have kind of changed things in his team. I think in a way he stuck with too many of the same guys. Maybe they should have tried to invest more in the club, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Here now, they've got Wolves, United, Spurs, Leicester, City, Everton. The last 9 fixtures. It was good while it lasted. I think Eddie Howe is a great manager, but maybe they need to reshuffle the deck. I think the Premier League is cutthroat. The Premier League is cutthroat. You have to either adapt or die. Like, as simple as that. You can't just. It's good like when you come in, you play a certain way, but as you continue to stay in the league, you need to continue to increase your ambitions as well. Whether that's signing more players and stuff like that. You can't just try to stay the same way. I personally don't think. The history shows at least you can't sustain that. Certain clubs have been just holding on, but eventually it's not enough. You have to do something to change the format of the club. Now we move on to our top six teams. Yeah, this is excluding Liverpool because obviously we already know that's in the bag. They win one more game and they're like, yeah, mathematically they're gone. And this is in order. I included Sheffield United as well because they're tied with Wolves. Sheffield United have got United, Chelsea, Leicester, Tottenham and Everton. Tough run of fixtures, but they've proven they're a tough team to beat. Yeah, so that should be interesting. Wolves, The only big teams Wolves have got is Arsenal, Chelsea, and Everton, and Wolves have been phenomenal this season. So I think that they have a good chance. They have a good chance. They have a very good chance. Then we got Man United. Man United have got Tottenham, Leicester, and Sheffield. So again, 3 tricky ones, but United's problem has been more with the smaller teams. They don't deal with those. So although they've got a lot of smaller teams down the table, they haven't necessarily been dealing well with them. So for me, I'm kind of leaning on the no side. I don't think they'll quite be able to get over the hurdle unless the players come back super refreshed and revitalised, and anything can happen. You've got Chelsea next. They've got City, Liverpool, and Wolves. So Chelsea actually have a good chance. And Chelsea being Chelsea with the school, well, actually to be fair, they've got a lot of youngsters, so maybe that experience might let them down. But they've got a good chance. You're there now. The line is right there. Just come on, guys. Leicester, I think they're going to see the Champions League. They're going to hear the anthem again. Arsenal, Spurs, United, and Sheffield. But Leicester have been a problem. Brendan Rodgers has got them working to a fine tune. So Leicester, for me, I can see it. And then last but not least, City, on 57 points. They've got Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool. By the time they play Liverpool, the league should already be in the bag. Arsenal, Chelsea, come on, it's City. You could take them. I think they beat Arsenal. Chelsea give them a problem, but they've got enough points. They're enough points clear that they can afford to lose a few games. So essentially, my top 4 predictions is Liverpool, City, obviously, Leicester, and I think Chelsea are gonna clinch it with Wolves creeping beyond United. However, you know how football is, very unpredictable. We just don't know what will happen. I say all of this, and it could be in reverse order, and I can see Crystal Palace getting relegated. But you guys let me know what you think. Who do you think is going to stay out? Who do you think is going to go down? And what do you just think about the return of football, the whole social distancing measures put in place? It could be interesting. Yeah, thank you for watching this video, or thank you for returning again. Hope you enjoyed the video, and there'll be many more to come. If you could just do me a favour and like this video and subscribe, that would be fantastic. Or as I like to say, take a touch of that like button and turn up to subscribe.